Hey, everybody. Hopefully, people can hear us this time.
I'm checking for a green light. Yes, I
Checking.
have a green light.
I'm pretty green, too.
All right.
So there we go. All right, now they're just here. Because we're like messing with microphones. If anybody has any trouble throughout the stream hearing us, just put something in the comments and we'll talk louder. Which is how we should just eliminate the mics and go back to shouting New York style. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tomorrow. We have a couple of new releases, and as is customary, we figure we'd do live, answer some questions. We already have a bunch of questions from people in our uniquely Regal Robot Facebook fan group. So for those of you in there, thank you very much. And for anybody who's not there, why not? Go there now. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good group of people. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube later, thanks very much. If you're watching on Facebook right now and it's 3 p.m. Eastern, this is live. You can ask questions in there. We'll try and answer what we can if we see them. And obviously, if you're there, please say hi.
Ian's here. Ian. He's asking if we'll be joined by Regalbot today.
Yeah. Facebook apparently has new AI-generated bots for their groups that ask really dumb questions. So we deactivated that as soon as we saw it. We actually thought we had deactivated it, and then it activated its own new set of protocols and still posted. It was kind of crazy.
It's sentient.
I'm pretty sure it's Skynet. So it's a wrong license. Never mind. So anyway, anybody else in there to shout out while we're at it?
No one's commenting yet, but we're getting people popping in here.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So let's start diving into some of the previously done questions, or do we want to?
Let's start there, then we'll ease into.
Yeah, we've got our reveals
because we have a lot of questions.
Gather up.
All right, so Brenton is asking about: is there any update on the Belloc staffs?
There is, and if you've ordered, you've gotten an email that gave an update actually just last week. And if you haven't gotten that email, please check in. Make sure we have your right email. The other thing is, always check the website. On the product pages, we keep those up to date as things are shipping. The Belloc staffs are still going in very small waves. They're all being made in the U.S. Right now. They're finishing up a batch of them in our studio, getting those prepared for metal plating. There's another batch of them that are with the metal platers as well, but they're going out in very, very small batches. So just stand by. As soon as yours is ready to ship, it'll go out. They're moving at a regular clip. It's just very small waves because we're doing them here.
I have a couple people asking, are we going to see any of Mola Ram's items? And they list the headpiece as well as the Chalice of Kali.
There are a lot of things from Indiana Jones that we want to do. And luckily for us, there's a ton of them we can do. There are always going to be a handful of them that are considered off limits at any given time for one reason or another. Right now, it's unlikely you're going to see anything all around. Those are definitely cool items. They're definitely things we have, seen. And the Chalice of Kali isn't something that's in the archives, but we do know where that particular prop is.
We do.
One of the benefits of being in the prop world for a couple of decades, restoring and doing displays, you learn a lot of where the bodies are buried, so to speak. But unfortunately, right now, those are not things we're going to be doing anytime soon.
All right. We got a question live from Jeff. He is asking, how are the Arc Cherubs coming along?
Hi, Jeff. We actually just saw some photos from the factory on that today. They're coming along great. It looks like, if not all of them, the majority of them are cast and in cleanup, and I believe they all go to plating at the same time. Unlike the Belloc staffs, which are being done in tiny batches, these are being done in one giant batch. It's part of how we got the price where we get on those. So those are still going. My understanding is we're probably about a month away from them being complete, maybe a little more. And then from there, it's probably about 45 days getting to us and then shipments going out. So stay tuned. Those are slated for early 2026 at this point. And again, we will continue to update the website as we have information on that. So that's a place you can always check back.
We have a lot of Indy questions. So
Okay.
Alex
That
is
seems
asking,
appropriate.
and it's not Alex Arnold.
What?
It's not. It's Alex David.
That's a fake
That's
name.
a fake name.
Yeah.
It's Alex David Arnold.
That's right, yeah.
Three first names.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's another two first names that's not Alex Arnold.
And this one is Alex John. Weird.
Whoa.
Is there any chance we'll see a signature edition for Indiana Jones in consideration for 2026?
A signature edition.
Correct.
I don't think anything's on the board for it, but
No.
you never know.
Yeah. You know what? And speaking of Alex Arnold, let me ask his question or statement, and then we can maybe go into what we have to show off. So Alex is asking, can we please get both the ceremonial Belloc and a Dietrich Regal Icons bust to go with the Toht bust? Those would be amazing together.
They would be fun. Ceremonial Belloc.
Tough sell.
Yeah. Well, because the other side's just exploded. It's just a negative hole. I love the Dietrich. There's a casting of that stretched face out there as well, which is pretty fun. But yeah, you never know. Those are definitely ones we have considered, knowing what we have going. So yeah, you said you wanted to go into Toht.
Yeah, let's show some of the new stuff.
Let's start with the Toht bust. I'll move my hanger to the side. So this is actually how those come packed. Am I right set up? I am. So because of the size of him and the hat and everything, he actually gets a little different packaging. He comes in heavy-duty Ethafoam. And as you can see, there's a little wedge there, and he works his way out. Let's see if I can get him out of here. I want to be careful about not just pulling him by the hat or the glasses.
You can't break them before they get them.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Okay. So there we are. Let's just get that out of the way. So yeah, this is super fun. So if you can zoom in on him, I guess is probably a good idea. So he's got two sides. That's actually really helpful.
Yeah, tilting him up.
I just realized we didn't turn any of the lights like we used to. So this is just one of those things where we could have done just Toht. We could have done him as, just himself. We could have done him just screaming. We could have done him just melting, but I really like that we've got the sort of two-sided presentation here. So let's compare him to the size of the other ones. So he's right in scale with Tarkin and Tippett and Leia. It's getting to be quite the line. So if you're keeping score, that's two in the Star Wars line, one in Indiana Jones, and one Icons of Special Effects with Phil Tippett. What's neat about him is, or what was challenging about him actually, is the glasses of all things. He actually has two pair of actual metal wrapped wire glasses to make to get the look on this guy, and I love that on the melting side, the glasses are sort of dripping off of his face like they do in the movie, which is an effect by Chris Walas, who did a lot of the maquettes for Return of the Jedi. So nice to have another little thing representing Chris's work. And this was sculpted in 3 dimensions digitally by Christian Maggi here at the shop, but done with a very classical style. You can see all like kind of the clay smear and tool marks and everything that give it the look of an actual classical bronze and not just a toy that's been painted over, or a smooth sort of more typical 3D sculpt. This actually has the look and feel of real bronze. I'm really, really happy with the finish work the factory's been doing on these. Not only are they nicely weighted, they have a good heft to them and all of that, but the layers of the bronze color and the patina color in all the grooves, that greenish color that settles in there, the blue-green, just makes it feel like metal. And it's funny, I don't know whether it's just where it was in the studio. It's actually cold to the touch, which I don't think that's supposed to be that way. Maybe I hit the glasses, but it's pretty cool.
Tony just popped in. He says, hey guys, and of course, fellow Roboteer.
Oh, okay.
So, hey,
So
Tony.
that Tony.
And Ian says, it was cool hearing Chris explain how he worked on the maquettes and the melting face at the same time. What a time at ILM. So
yeah. There's,
great point.
if you find on, if you go to at Regal Robot on YouTube, you'll find my conversations with Chris Wayless, and the longest one of them has some great stuff where he just talks about working on Return of the Jedi in general and how he would, start off downstairs working on one of the shots for this, working on the melted headshot, set something up, run up to eat lunch or grab a coffee, and then be sculpting maquettes as fast as he can, put those in the oven, run downstairs, work on the melting hits, come back up, get them out of the oven. And Tom Santamon has a great story where he didn't get to the oven in time and actually burned up a pair of maquettes before he got to finish them and had to redo them. And this guy is going to come in this style box. I don't have one handy, but this is the box that Phil comes in. These three come in white styrofoam, and like I said, he gets a special treatment. Toht. Most of the line is $49. Toht is actually $59. Twice the heads, but not twice the price. So he's a little more complicated, a little more material, a little bigger. Got the glasses, all of that. But we tried to keep that cost as low as we could, as we always do.
Parminder signed on, says, hey, everyone. Hey, Parminder. Let me go to a few questions that we had from
a lot of the usual
earlier. Yes. First, Clint says, unfortunate about Mola-Ram. A short while ago, there was some leaked Lego set that included him that was suspiciously canceled in the late stages. So I can imagine for the same reason you're talking about. So I'm sure it's very similar, though.
Probably similar, yeah.
All right. Steven is asking, how is the production on Walrus Man coming along? I am super excited for this. Are there any other large one-to-one bus planned for 2026?
We have a couple others in the works. Nothing on the calendar yet. Pre-production, I would call it, on Walrus Man is coming along great. We have our first sample that was debuted at Comic-Con. We're working on the final mold masters and molds right now, and then we'll get into production when it gets a little closer to release, which is about 2 months from now.
And Tony's also asking about Walrus Man. He probably knows the answer to this, but he wants to know if there's a ballpark price yet.
I'm going to hold off on saying that.
I say that
yet.
Too.
Yeah,
but that'll be coming soon.
It will be, yeah. I mean, right now we're looking at either January or February for that release. We haven't chosen the exact date yet, but we'll probably set the price of maybe 3 or 4 weeks ahead of that.
All right, so Mike says, dang, he's late, loves Toht, and loves the price point. So thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for tuning in.
And it makes up for you being late.
Ian saying, speaking of the maquette that got burnt up, it would be great to get a replica of the Kane Addis at some point.
Could we do the burnt ones as special edition?
That's the group exclusive.
Yeah.
Here's a
great, if you go on our website, search Tom Santamon, and if you search that in the news page, there's a news entry where he did an interview with me, a written interview, and he had, there was an old photo we found. It wasn't him, it was somebody else that found it, but it's him working on the Kane Addis maquettes, and in the background you just see 2 of them just charred to a crisp, just blackened. But that'd be pretty funny to reenact that photo with the burned up pair.
James says, hello, Tom and Rob, and the rest of the fellow Roboteers. Hey,
Hi,
James. All right, I'm going to read this statement, and you're going to tell me who said it.
Okay.
Are they heavy enough to knock out a burglar?
I don't even know.
It's Tarpley.
Come on,
you should have gotten that one.
No. Burglar's too normal for him. I would have thought it'd be something even weirder. Let's see. I mean, these could do damage, but we don't recommend it.
No, yeah, they're pretty heavy.
Yeah. Not like the mini masks are really heavy. Those are surprisingly, and if anybody hasn't looked, there's still some stock left on Klaatu Barada Nikto as the scaled replicas. Those things could definitely put somebody out, but again, we don't recommend it. It's not what they're for.
Gary says, having a special edition of Toht's back with his finger coming over his shoulder. A nice display for the hanger. I don't know about that, Gary.
Yeah, that'd be.
Then
Maybe that's a bit much for just a hanger.
All right, Philip is asking, or Philippe, I believe it is, about the Smithsonian Magazine cover shot. Would you ever consider doing a poster of it so we can hang it with this collection?
So there's probably some rights issues with doing that. Part of it is the ownership of the photo itself. Part of it would be, does that go back to the magazine? Does that go back to Lucasfilm? Does it go back to the photographer? If we're doing it as a Star Wars item, now you're layering on, layers of rights and licensing and royalties and things like that. And there are certain things that maybe on the licensing side would require more navigation than they'd be worth at the end of the day. But it is a really cool image. I do think it would make a great poster, but probably not something we're going to be doing ourselves.
All right, I'm just going to ask one more question that was asked live.
Is this Tarpley again?
No, okay. Yeah. How heavy? No. I have other fertility idol questions as well, but I'm just going to get this one so we don't lose it. Gregory says, I'm so excited regarding the fertility idol soon to be released. Oh, my God. So thanks, Greg. We're pretty excited, too.
Exactly.
But why don't you show off the hanger?
I should do that. Actually, what I'm going to note, don't move the camera, but for the last probably year, just off camera, every time we've done one of these, has been this, which was our first prototype.
Much like the board, you don't see.
Yeah. There's also there's an INDY whip there, but that's not something we're doing. That's just to keep the crew in line. But yeah, this was actually our first prototype, and it's just been sitting there this whole time, just out of view. I'm very happy with the presentation on this hanger. I think people are going to be as well. Hopefully I have enough room for all my collectibles. So I'll leave him out. So this is one of our early samples on this. There are going to be a couple of people doing reviews. Alex Arnold already put out a pretty funny video where he was going through consistently surprised by our layers of branding on it.
That was pretty funny.
So yeah, nice big, it's a little over an 18-inch box. It's got what we've been calling the cigar sleeve on it, and that's got your basic information, our co-brand logo. We tell people it belongs in their museum, because it does. And so once that comes off, you've got the Regal Robot Indiana Jones lockup. Lots of fun. That comes out. This is actually, that's supposed to be this way. So from there, you have the certificate of authenticity. This is going to be a limited edition of just 500 pieces. And this is a one and done. Once, we're going to put this up. We've done a few where they're timed editions. We feel like with this one, we kind of know what the number needs to be. And by doing production all in one shot, it gets us the best possible price we can give to folks, which is important to us on something like this. So there's COA. We then have a second layer of foam that comes out. Now comes the fun part. So let's see here. There's the end of this. So I'm not putting it back in this tube when we're done. Okay. So here we go. I'm not threatening anyone, I promise. I don't know. Are my arms in the shot if I do this?
They are. Perfect.
Nice. So I like, this looks like if Toht was Wile E. Coyote and he just like escaped.
Yeah, I knew you were going with that.
So yeah, I mean, how great in the movie. He comes in, you think he's going to, menace them with some sort of like crazy nunchucks. And then it's just, it's a hanger to put his coat on. It's such a simple thing. It's such a great gag. It was actually, we only years later found out that Christopher Lee had done the same gag in the movie 1941, and they cut it from the movie. And Steven Spielberg loved it so much he wanted to put it back into something. So when Raiders came up, that's what they did. All metal construction. The tubes are all metal. They are, it's actually got a pretty good heft to it because of that. It's custom chained so that we could match the sizing and spacing of the original. different sizes of the little stoppers that are on there, the little rings, and then the hook itself is a fully custom machined piece, off center hole, shortened hook. All of this stuff is true to the original. We were lucky. We got to see some never before seen photos of the original prop a few years back, and that was part of what gave us the kind of wherewithal to go ahead and do this. If we didn't have, if we were just working off of screenshots, we could have done something that's out there kind of along the lines of a lot of fan-made ones that have been done over the years and stuff like that. But having those pictures, being able to scale from that and being able to really get the details right, to me, is important. If we're going to put out a prop replica, we want it to be as authentic as possible. And so that's what we have here. And these are going to be only $129 when they go up on the site tomorrow at noon Eastern. We'll probably, for anybody who's in our Facebook group, we'll be sharing the product pages and some photos and stuff like that a little before midnight tonight. And then noon Eastern tomorrow, you can get both of these pieces. You can get the Toht hanger, and you can get Toht himself mid-demise.
Robert's asking, is there any limit per household on the hanger?
Not specifically, no. A lot of times with stuff like this, what's that?
500.
Yeah, 500. A lot of times with stuff like this, we will set it to where it's one per customer for the first 24 hours. But there are enough pieces in this edition, even where we've had 500 pieces sell through on an INDY prop replica, that's taken a week or a week and a half in the past. Things like the Shankara stones, I guess we were close to, between the sets and the singles, like 450 or so. The Grail Cup was 500 pieces. That was a week. I don't think we're in danger of this thing selling out in the first day, so we're not going to have any specific limit on that.
Nice. David Aberley is watching.
Dave Aberley.
Stranger.
Wow.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Let me get back to a few pre-questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Michael is saying he mentioned about Harryhausen and Willis O'Brien as busts last time for the Icons line. He goes, how about Stan Winston and Dennis Murin?
Those are two people we have definitely considered.
We definitely have them on a list.
I think. We have a very large list going of people that we'd love to do. These, when we're doing the Icons of Effects line, there we go. When we do the Icons of Effects line, that's done in conjunction with either the person, their family, their company, depending. So there's outreach that has to happen for each of those. The other thing is, if you want to see more in the Icons of Effects line, bring home a Phil Tippett. Show us that, these things sell, and that will definitely encourage us to do more. We have a couple that we've already done. We've got one more that's agreements are signed and goes live in January. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
and then after that, we have two others that we've been working on, but we're going to wait until deals are inked before we talk in more detail about those. And we have, like I said, a very big list of other folks we'd love to do. So,
Jurgen is asking, will there be any legacy sketches for the Indiana Jones line in the future?
Sketches. I never say never. It's not something that we have worked out right now. The sketches lend themselves so nicely to the Star Wars stuff, where it's a creature and you can be a little looser with it, have more fun. And the types of replicas of those are, like, I don't know that you could do sketches of the Toht hanger if Bill Hargreaves was still with us. Could you? Is that something that could be done? Probably not, but there's, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to think about what might make sense from that point of view on an indie piece. And if anybody has an indie jacket, that's
the perfect hanger for it.
Hang your Wested.
Ian's saying, he says the Phil bust looks so good next to his many amazing creations.
Oh, thanks.
Love the Icons of Effects lines.
I'll pull Phil out again. For me, this is just it's one of my favorite sculpts. Christian here just knocked this one out of the park. it just looks right. And it's funny. I mean, maybe there's something where like we're lucky. We know Phil. We've been around him a lot, but like, seeing someone in person changes how you see sculptures of them.
That's Phil.
But this is him. Yeah, Phil. It really is.
I almost see him eating pizza right now. All right, this one falls in line, I think, with the Mola Rom question.
Okay.
Ian's asking, he wants to put a fan vote in for eventually getting a Monkey Brains replica.
Oh boy, yeah,
So
I am such a fan of that myself. That said, I'm sure people can understand where there might be some sensitivity with that. And so for now, it looks like that isn't going to be in the cards. But I very specifically say for now, because, things change. And you never know what things are going to look like in the future.
We're trying.
Yeah. I would say that is the Monkey Brains is something very high on my list personally.
This works out great because Gary's asking this question live, but I have the same question here from Ian.
Well, then Gary wins because he's live.
Yeah, well, Gary's saying he wants to know if he missed any info about the Idol and the Fedora. Are these open editions or timed editions?
So both the Idol and the Fedora are going to be timed editions. Those are ones where we want to do the production all in one shot to get the best possible pricing. But we don't know for sure how many of those are going to go. So for those, we're gonna do timed editions and match what we make to what we sold.
Ian had the same question, but he was also asking if we'll see a signature edition option for either of those.
Right now, no.
Right. And then Dario was asking, do we have a price point on the Fedora yet?
Not yet. They're going to ask that every week until then.
Ian's also asking, he goes, is it still looking like the first 3 scaled match replicas will ship in Q1, and any idea how early in Q1?
I would say mid to late Q1. We've actually just gotten back some early production shots of them being cast up. The molds were made last month. The castings are started this month. My guess is they'll probably wrap up production in 30 to 60 days, which means then it's another 30 days to 45 days getting to us and then getting out. So mid to late Q1 for those, I think.
Ian's asking, any hints or clues on December's Legacy sketch and January's Effects bust releases? You want to say?
Not for the Legacy. Not for the bust.
No.
I don't know. Should we tell him what the sketch is?
No. Let's
all right.
Yeah.
Wow, he's just so mean, right? Immediately, he's like, no.
I think we're showing someone.
Yeah, and we do still have stuff coming up for Friday.
Yeah, we have a little time for that. But
it's like a month away. Come on.
It's good.
Calm down.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right, and rounding out Ian's last question. Yeah. Given that Disney owns the licensing rights to both Alien and Predator, could we ever see Regal's take on replicas from these properties?
There are already companies that have those rights,
yeah.
So I don't know that we're going to be fighting to pry those away from them anytime soon. There's been a lot of good stuff done over the years, Hollywood Collectors Group and stuff like that. Never say never, but you could probably say not anytime soon.
Steven's got a good question. Is the original Akbar mask still intact in the archives? And is this something that you would like to replicate one day, either one-to-one or part as the mini mask line? Yes.
But check. Yeah, not on the board.
Yeah,
but,
it is there. It is intact, and we would love to make it.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like so many of these masks, so much bigger than anyone thinks.
Gosh. Even as a mini mask, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And then following on the Akbar love, Joe is asking, will we see an Akbar maquette at all this in the coming years? When are we going to see it?
In the coming years, I would say certainly.
Yeah. Okay.
In the coming year, I would say to be determined.
Okay.
We're still nailing down the 2026 lineup. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a few on the board, and which ones of those make it for 2026, and which get pushed back or where they wind up, we'll see. We have a fair number of even just sketches too, standalones as well coming. So yeah, there's some fun stuff in that maquette lineup.
Mark is asking, when's the sketch for the slug? You don't want Phil drawing the slug.
No. Yeah, not in the plans right now, but never know. You never know.
Ian says, yes, we definitely want a scaled Akbar mask replica.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's definitely higher on the list. Is there a possibility of another INDY bust sometime soon?
INDY busts are tricky. You could end up doing something like a life-size Toht melting. You could do something like Dietrich, vacuuming in on himself. I don't, Donovan really lent himself to that in a great way. It also helped that he wasn't wearing a Nazi outfit. But I think, I don't know. I don't have any others like front of mind. I know it's stuff we've looked at a little bit. I would not be surprised if there are more of those in the future. There's nothing currently being planned, though.
Craig's got a pretty funny question. How many times have we said never say never on something and actually come to reality? A good amount.
Yeah. Never ask that question. I don't know. I think, for me, that's kind of a go-to reply because I just don't like to close the door on stuff. And I know how things change. I know that, 9 years ago, when we first got this license, there was a lot of stuff we physically couldn't make. We know that changes in our access and, changes in technology have let us do things that we couldn't do, even 5 years ago. I don't know what 5 years from now looks like. I don't know, what our abilities are going to be, what our partners are going to be able to do. We've been lucky to continue to pair up with great companies, both now stateside and overseas, expanding what we're able to offer folks. And so, so the reason we say that a lot is because who knows?
Brenton is asking, could we see a Wicked Spear in the future, and any clues on who signed the Clone Trooper maquette?
A Wicked Spear? Possibly. It's funny. I mean, we know where that is. It's not in the archives, I think, but I believe his spear is out there in private hands. That'd be an interesting piece to do if we could get access to it, because I wouldn't want to just do replica from photos on that if we know it's available. I don't know that that's something we would do as a standalone. But I love Ewoks, so it'd be neat to do some Ewok stuff for sure. What was the second part of that question that I'm not going to answer?
Who signed
Trooper
maquette?
In my head, I only remembered it. I don't answer the second. No, not yet.
Not yet. It's a good one.
We did just get in our first samples back on it.
They are killer.
It looks really good. It looks
good.
Really, really good.
You may want to.
The price is going to be really good on that as well.
It's good.
And the signature is great.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a
complete package. David says that they just unboxed the Phil Tippett bust live last night on his Star Wars Stuff podcast.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, David.
David, send us a link.
Yeah, no joke.
Post it in the group. Private message it. Yeah, just post in the group up.
Yeah,
post it up as an individual post in the Regal Robot. Was it uniquely Regal Robot fan group?
That's it.
This is the official T-shirt of the fan group.
You can get
if you're
those
in
too.
there.
Yeah.
Go to the Regal Robot website. You can get your own and show people how unique you
are.
Show
the love
by wearing the same shirt as other people. That's outstanding. We'd love to see the unboxing. We hope you loved it.
Jonathan's asking, any INDY Icon busts are coming soon in the line, in the Icon line?
We have a few in the works. We'd like to do more. We want to see how Toht does first. And assuming he does well, then, there's probably more coming. Luckily, the Star Wars ones did great. We already had to put in a second order on those. We can't always promise there are going to be second orders on these. So stuff like this, if you see it, even if it's a decor item, it's not going to be there forever.
No guarantees.
It's like, is it specifically limited? No, but it is, limited by the ability for us to hit minimum orders and things like that. So, if things sell good, probably just doing one wave. If things sell great and we have a lot of wholesale interest, then maybe we have to do a second wave of production. But in the meantime, if you see it and you like it, grab it while you can.
David Boudreau. Hey, David.
Hey.
He says, hey, guys, how many one-to-one busts are coming up next year?
Somebody kind of asked that before. So far, Walrus Man for Star Wars line. We have a couple of others in the works. We're going to see how that goes throughout the year. We try not to put too many big pieces like that out each year. Like we just had the Space Slugs. So we're giving that a little breathing room before Walrus Man. After Walrus Man, we'll probably have a few smaller releases, maquettes, things like that, other smaller crop replicas, some indie stuff. And then, we'll look at, is there room later in the year, maybe mid-year, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe to do another life-size bust or something similar.
Ian says, it wouldn't be alive without me saying that we need uniquely Regal hoodies and beanies.
In a man-to-man green.
Yes. Only color.
And like with yellow writing.
Alex Arnold said, hey, guys, he's late again. He must have been mowing that lawn.
What the heck?
Yeah, or hiding a hanger from his wife. One of those two.
Just a hanger.
I swear.
I can't do a Wilhelm scream on command, otherwise.
Please don't. James said he asked his question last stream, but we must have missed it.
Sorry, James.
And that's it. I'm not telling
That's your question.
Try next week. Any info on whether we will be getting one, an Ewok bus? We'll be getting one in the coming years. And what's in the works for our new bus in general?
So we kind of just sort of covered that a little bit. Is it a life-size Ewok bus? Isn't something on the schedule. It is something that could be done. There are also a couple of maquettes for the Ewoks as well that are kind of neat. There's a bust one in particular that Chris Wayless did that I love. So you never know. Never say never, I've been told, is what we say in these cases.
Jonathan's asking again about if we'll see a Bolaram headpiece or a monkey brain.
Please see earlier.
We'll just have a rewind and all those questions answered. I am caught up on the previously asked questions, so why don't you give a little rundown again of what we have going on?
I'll move my awesome Phil Tippett Legends of Special Effects bust out of the way. Still available on the site along with the Star Wars ones. You can order those. Also, here's an update. So if you ordered, let's just do this. If you ordered a Tarkin or a Phil Tippett, I feel like I'm playing chess. Yeah. Tippett takes Toht. If you ordered either of these or both of these, your order probably has shipped. If you ordered just a Tippett or just a Tarkin, all those individual orders should have gone out. If you ordered a Tarkin and a Leia, you got discounted shipping, so we can ship both together. Leia is actually going to be here in about a week. And then once she comes in, all the orders for both of them will go out. So if you're somebody who ordered an individual, it's probably on the way, or you might already have it. Once you get it, share an unboxing, post some photos, go in the Uniquely Regal Robot fan group and post your pictures up. We love seeing how this stuff looks in people's collections. And if you're waiting on a Tarkin and a Leia, stand by. You'll be getting tracking probably in the next 2 weeks, I would say. We're hoping to have those all shipped before Black Friday so that we can be ready for all the craziness that comes with that. All right. These guys all still.
Give us a rundown how they can buy it, when they can buy it, how much it is.
That's right. So starting tomorrow at noon Eastern, 11/11 on RegalRobot.com, go to the Indiana Jones section, and the first two items will be this wonderful bronze Toht bust. This is $59. Two-sided. You've got him screaming. You've got him melting. It's all you've ever wanted in an Indiana Jones bronze bust. It is the uniquely Regal Robot way to do this sort of thing. And it's still classically styled. So even screaming, if you just put him up on a shelf somewhere with some old books, he'd look right at home. And then we have the classic gag, Toht's coat hanger. To me, one of those things that I never thought I'd ever see done in a licensed capacity, and I'm really proud that we're the ones getting to do it. Made with never-before-seen pictures of the original prop so that all the details are correct. Functions just like the real prop. All metal construction. You can hear it. It rattles. You can pretend you're a ghost or something like that and rattle your chains. And it goes together just like the movie. You can hang your Indy jacket on it. You can hang a black trench coat on it. You could put your, you probably put a sweater on there. There's plenty of things you could do with this. $129, certificate of authenticity, beautifully packed in a box, and only 500 pieces being made. So get in there early, get yours fast, don't miss out. And sorry, it's making a lot of noise. Did I mention all metal construction? So yeah, don't miss out. And order yours tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern on regalrobot.com. And that's where to find them both.
Quick question. Kevin gets one in quick. Any thoughts on a Black Friday Star Wars and/or INDY sale?
So we have for Black Friday, we have a couple of new items that are coming. These have been announced on the news page of the Regal Robot site, where I think we announced these at Comic-Con. We've got the Crate Dragon desk set, which is sort of the Jundland Wastes with the Crate Dragon and the crashed escape pod. And then we have the next 3 magnets in our series of Death Star tiles based on the real prop trench textures. And we've done 5 of those designs already. These are the next 3. If you got the other 5, you need these 3 to go with them. And it's great because you can mix and match these and put them in all different configurations. We've seen people displaying studio scale models with them. We've seen them. Was it Eben that made like a nice magnetic board with a plaque? It was beautiful. So those are coming out. And then we have another few surprises for Black Friday where we'll have some things, maybe with some new decos, maybe some new prices. You've got, will we have a sale on Star Wars stuff? Almost certainly there will be some stuff on sale. Will we have a sale on Indy stuff? We'll have to look at that. I don't know that there's anything in our Indy line that's really in need of a push like that right now. But stay tuned. And if you want to be alerted whenever we have anything on sale, just go to the Regal Robot website, enter your name where it says join our newsletter. Scroll down on the main page. You can do that there. It's also on any of the product pages. And you'll get an email anytime something new comes out, anytime there's a sale. And if you don't want to miss things like Toht's hanger or this awesome 2-sided Toht mini bust, then that's what you do. And then you'll always find out. If you're not watching this video, you'll know.
And Alex says, even though it almost having trouble, he still says he still can't get over the awesome packaging on this. On the top. So thanks.
Yeah. It's it's one of these pieces where it's like it deserved it.
Yeah, elevates the piece.
It does, and it's like I said, it's one of these things I never thought would ever get done in a licensed way, and for me, that's just where we like to live. It's like we like to do the unexpected. We like to come up with the stuff that no one's ever seen done before. There's plenty of stuff we're doing, the idle, the hat, stuff like that. That's kind of, I don't want to say typical because even in those, how we're going to do them is going to make them special. But to pull things like this out and do that unexpected item, to do the Donovan, Donovan's demise bust, stuff that no one sees coming, that's where I really have fun.
A couple more questions. Ronald is asking, do you still sign all the COAs, Tom?
It depends on the item. As many of them as we can. There's a few of them coming up that are going to be just printed with no signature, but still official. This is one of those where it just, made sense to go this way on this one.
And Kevin says, Indy magnets on sale for Black Friday. Confirmed.
It's like they don't even listen.
And I am caught up.
Well, all right. Well, I hope to see many of you tomorrow on the site at 12 noon Eastern when these two raid items go live. Once again, the Toht coat hanger prop replica, one of 500 pieces. The two-sided Regal Icons melting Toht bronze bust. Not specifically limited, but also not going to be there forever, so don't delay. If you like it, go grab it tomorrow. $59, $129. These are going to be shipping probably in December, and these are going to be shipping, we're saying early 2026. I think it's actually going to be early January, but we'll play that by ear. On the website, it'll say early 2026. Could be a little later than that, but my guess is really like first month, maybe February, but that should be it. And that's all. Thanks everybody for joining us as always. Please go find the Uniquely Regal Robot fan group on Facebook. Join us there. It's a lot of fun. Rob and I are in there every day. So are most of the people who are asking questions here today. And you can post up your collections. You can post questions. You can, comment on other people's photos and things like that. It's a lot of fun. Please join us. And thank you all for joining us live today. And if you're watching this anywhere else, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Take care.